This is Jonathan Agoff here for Pro Boxing Fans. We're here in London, press conference December 11th. Chris Eubank Jr against Liam Williams. With me is Johnny Nelson. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you. It's a good fight to look forward to, December 11th. Good way to go into Christmas, especially here in the UK.
Chris Eubank Jr, Liam Williams, grudge match. They don't like each other. What do you make of that press conference? It was threatening to sort of boil over at times, but they both remained pretty calm.
Yeah, they're both very comfortable with themselves. Liam Williams is a no-nonsense kind of guy, and as he said, Chris is not the kind of guy I'd move with. It may not be a personal thing. They just don't like the aura of each other. Chris is he's happy this isn't for a title. He doesn't want to give him the opportunity to even box for a title, never mind. He just wants to beat him up before he boxes for a title. That's what Chris said. And for Liam is again no nonsense kind of guy, and he's saying, you know what, there's nothing about him that does it for me. So with these two fighting, I think for Liam, he knows what he's got to do. He hopes he comes to stand there toe to toe with him, so he can get in there and try and bash him up. Whereas Chris is going to be stuck between boxing and bashing, and because we know that's what he can do. Nice array of punches, he can stand there toe to toe. Roy's introduced that boxing style to him, and he's getting better each time the fight goes on. This is his third fight with Roy Jones, and he's in touching distance of a world title. He's number 1 in the world against number 6 in the world. So you've got a decent fight, and I know Liam personally, and I know what kind of fighter he is. He won't be bamboozled by Chris's boxing ability because he's from a gym of unorthodox fighters that can box as well. So there's nothing that Chris is going to bring to him that he hasn't seen before.
I mean, both have fought for world titles in the past, and as you say, both are highly ranked. Is a loss for either man crushing at this point in their careers?
It puts them back a way or so. I think it's probably more damaging to Chris than it is to Liam. The reason being is because Chris is the one everybody knows about. Chris is the one whose story everybody's followed. Chris is the one that's been probably boxed on a bigger stage in bigger fights and has had the experience. But Chris is now in with somebody that's ambitious, hungry, has drive and won, and has self-belief. And so this is what makes it, and really believes, I'll beat you. I don't think I'll beat you, I know I'll beat you. So when you've got fighters like that, it just makes it a more intriguing fight.
In terms of Chris Eubank Jr, obviously throughout his career he's been, people have looked at him and thought, can he be as good or as great as his father once was? How do you look at him in terms of sort of the pressure he has to deal with the name, and do you think he sometimes get a bit of unfair criticism considering the way he's gone about his career, and he's still achieved quite a lot?
I think that's now shaken off. I think he got that initially in the first half of his career. He's now become his own man. I think his father's name that's it. His father's achievements, his father's antics, everything he's done. Chris has formed his own identity as a professional fighter. The name helps, but that's it. There's no comparison. And it's funny because you look at the likes of Conor Ben, and they compare, but don't do it as much with Conor because he's becoming in his own right. And this is what Chris has done. He's got his own right. He's just got the name. It's just a coincidence. His dad was a world champion and a good fighter as well.
The fight is in Cardiff, Liam's backyard, I guess, in Wales. Is that an advantage to him or extra pressure?
I think it's extra pressure. Liam's the kind of guy that loves boxing in the Lion's Den. So this is suit Chris more than it suits Liam. Liam has pride, so therefore he'll want to put on a show for the Cardiff fans. But if it was his choice, he'd prefer to be in the Lion's Den than them coming to him. And you know what, he had a problem when he said the only reason why it's in Cardiff because you don't sell a ticket. and so he had to make it quite clear. That's why it's important. Both fighters are the kind of fighters that prefer to box away from home. So this suits Chris down to the ground. There's not many fighters that actually like boxing in the lion's den, but these two do.
Do you read much into what Chris was saying in the press conference about? He said, he's pretty dismissive of Liam, and he's basically said he didn't feel he's much of a threat, but he still admires his heart and his determination. Or do you believe, he does see Liam as a genuine threat?
You need that arrogance in boxing, and you might call it arrogance, confidence, self-belief. You need that as part of your persona, and that's part of Chris's persona, to dismiss whoever's in front of him. And you can do it at a certain level. Could he do it with the likes of Golovkin or people like? No, he couldn't. But at this level, he feels as though, you should be here. And it works at this level. It doesn't work on a bigger level. I'm quite sure getting through this, we'll see that. But it's part of the sell. I've got to make you believe that you don't belong here. And that's part of this game.
Couple more, Johnny. Big week for Sky Sports. The Boxer Show on Saturday, and Terence Crawford, Sean Porter. You looking forward to this week?
I am. Sean Porter is one of the most awkward, tough cookies you got out there. Terence Crawford said Porter never lost to Spence, Thurman or Brook, as far as he's concerned. This is a chance to make a statement, to say I'm the best in the world. I'm not dodging you, Spence. Look at what I do with Porter. And Porter is still a threat. So for me, it's not a question of if he beats him. It's a question of how he beats him. Is it going to be by the skin of his teeth? Is it going to be questionable? Is he going to get the win? And that's the statement he wants to make, to say, I'm making a statement to all of them, showing you, Spence. I ain't dodging you. I think this man beat you. Look what I do to him.
Kell Brook, Amir Khan, is it going to finally happen, Johnny?
I am not going to get my dancing shoes on yet, because Kell Brook said he signed his side of the paperwork a week and a half ago. We've still not heard anything from Amir Khan. And we should learn our lesson. We had our lesson with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. So learn your lesson. So until I've two fighters said yes, it's a signed done deal, I'm not having it.
Fair enough. Johnny, just two more and then I'll finish up. We heard news yesterday that Canelo Alvarez has been approved for him to go up to cruiserweight, challenge Canelo-Makabu. What was your first reaction when you heard that?
Good on him. Roy Jones done it. Why not? I think Canelo's a good fighter, and it's a possibility. It's a win. It's a win there for him. They can do. So good on him.
Is it dangerous if he comes back down? So he goes up to cruiserweight and comes back down?
It depends how he does it. I know you're saying that because I saw Roy Jones in that situation, but it depends on how he does it.
And just finally, Kid Galahad unfortunately suffered defeat on the weekend. Have you spoke to him? And I'm sure you believe that he'll come back and win the rematch.
Yeah, I think he'll be a two-time world champion. He made a mistake. He boxed brilliant for the fight until he got stopped. Got caught with a shot. Gave a man the chance that he shouldn't have. Simple as that. You've got to wipe your lips, as Brendan said. Get on with it. You made a mistake. Pay the price.
Well, Nelson, appreciate it. Thank you.